Well, thanks for continuing to watch this episode of Answering the Call. We are just so excited to hear how Mike Lindell answered the call. The Lindell Recovery Network and this book, What Are the Odds? From Crackhead to CEO. So talk about the Lindell Recovery Network. How is it going to work?
Well, it's going to work like this. You're going to have the website, and you go to this website, and you're going to hear my story. Most people have heard it, but if they haven't, now I'm talking to the addict.
Right.
Not the family.
You're reaching the addict.
This is going to reach the addict. So they get there, and they got trust because I'm also was an addict, right? So now I'm going to say, hey, you guys, put in your age, what you're addicted to. That's it. Right. What was your number one addiction?
Gotcha.
Now all these your drug of choice. All these stories come down that age, and they're not stories of where their bottoms were. Right. All they are is what you didn't like about the drug. Right. And you put that up there like a crack addict for me. I didn't like trying to find baking soda.
Paranoia.
Trying to prove the paranoia, peeking out windows.
Right.
I didn't like always trying, I'm out of chore boy, so you take a lamp thing and you carve it up to get the wires out to make a screen. All these things that only a crack addict knows. They've all
we had to
been
be resourceful, yeah.
So if this guy, this 22-year-old opiate addict, he might not relate to a 57-year-old crack addict, right? So he'll put in, and all these stories just like him will come down, specific to what they didn't like about the drug, not their bottoms or whatever. And what that does is, now you're seeing their faces of all these stories. You don't know how they got there, okay? You don't know. All you know is that's your hope. This guy's been where I've been, just like my friend that came back to me.
He escaped.
This addict, and somehow he made it through. How did he make it through? Now they're going to go, I'm on there again. I'm like the tour guide of the website. Go, hey, guys. Here's how they made it. Right over here, I have vetted over 3,000 centers. They're all faith-based that work. I'm just going to say, these are the ones that work.
Give it a week.
I'm going to give them all reasons why they wouldn't go in. I'm going to talk about being an apprenticeship on your life, and I'm going to sell them on going in. And once they get in, I'm going to tell them, you know what, you guys, you get out of there. I'm going to be waiting there for you. And they're going to go, what? How are you going to be waiting? Well, I'm going to have mentors. All over this country, everyone's going to have a direct mentor to them that's going to, these are all paid mentors. It's an amazing employment. It's going to be.
And that's discipleship. That's the church word, but it's really mentorship. Right.
These mentors have been there. They went through the same thing, so they know. You don't get to jump over and go, I get a mentor. No, you got to go through here. Now they get out, and then let's say their mentor, this is very key. Where over here you had your hope matches. Now over here, let's say that you went through this and your kids still don't like you. They can't stand you. Well, that mentor might not have had kids or whatever. Now he punches in the app.
Family dynamic.
They punch in the app, and that relapsed, potential relapse, there's a mentor out there that went through the same thing he's going through that he could have relapsed. And he says, basically, that's a relapse match where he can go talk him out. Or maybe you get out and right away something tragic happens, a death. Now you reach out, maybe your direct mentor didn't have it.
Mourning and loss.
You put it in 24/7 like a call center. You put it in, this guy's been through it. So he reaches out to you. Here's how I got through, and you can talk about it because it's a commonality.
Well,
that
that's
you can
biblical.
Talk about.
It says, God says, comfort people with the same comfort you got when going through your troubles, right?
So you're matching up the potential and even if you can have everything perfect, but then if something can trigger, but if you have someone that's been through it. They can help you.
I love cliches. Birds of a feather flock together.
Right on.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're getting like-minded people with similar experiences to gather together, share notes, and find the positive commonalities.
So you have this complete circle of hope, help, and mentorship, and restored heart. In there, you're getting your heart restored. It's a new life. It's a complete circle. And once as this gets going more and more, then you're going to get what you didn't get out of other centers. People are going to trust you. Oh, you went through the Lindell Recovery Network. Wow, they're going to have trust. And all these things, why I know addicts relapse, are going to be covered. We're going to check them off one after another. It's just and
they'll become employable. That you talked about.
Oh, they're all
night.
People. Let me tell you something. Addicts. You got like the Salvation Army. They've been doing it for a long time. Employers like me that know about it, we grab them guys because I'll tell you what, an addict an addict that's completely set free,
Right.
and of those drugs, he is the hardest worker you'll ever seen.
Yeah.
They want to set the world on fire because you know how hard addiction is.
Yeah.
You know how you've been
gotta
there.
run the game,
It's
yeah.
the worst.
They're very resourceful.
24 hours.
Yeah.
24 hours you are working.
Right.
You are working all the time.
Right.
And
You give them a righteous heart. Now it's doing it
right,
for good.
Right. Now you're
they're
doing
on fire
it.
for
Right.
good.
You're on fire for good, and and so employers are just grabbing it. These are going to be great, high-paid jobs. I mean, and it's going to be known. Hey, you got any more? You got any more? We're going to as fast as, and it's going to be such a amazing. Not just getting one little pocket, the whole country is going to be set free.
And for me too, it's hard to commit to a 9-month to a year program. But I had a 1-year-old and partying for 7 years. Couldn't get 30 days clean without lying about it. But my older brother said, you know what? It's a good investment to make sure that you're alive to watch your child grow up.
Right.
So,
well, it's an investment. The investment is, like I say, I use the thing apprenticeship.
Right.
You go, how much time do you spend? If you want a good paying job, you spend a lot of time learning the job.
Going to school,
on the job
your
training,
craft,
school, whatever. Here, you just think of it as you're getting apprenticeship on life.
Right.
It's a new way, and you're going, all this stuff, you're set free of all this stuff, and it's how much time do you put in for any job? This is a new life. And so then you got to get the addict to get out of their mind that it's a waste of time.
Another thing that clicked for me was, again, reading the Bible. You talk about getting in the Word. There's one verse in Joel chapter 2, verse 25. God says, I can restore the years the locust ate away. And when you're in addiction, man, the enemy just steals all kind of time, and God can restore all that.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because people ask me all the time, wow, don't you wish you could turn back time, and those wasted years that you could have spent, the years I regret that I didn't spend time with my kids, or that I lost those, so to speak. And I'm going, you know what? It's none of that's in my mind is wasted if I'm not where I'm at right now.
Right. Yeah,
So
God
I'm telling
redeems
any
it all.
addict,
Nothing's
He
wasted.
redeemed it. When you get out of there, everybody's got a calling. God's got a plan for everyone, and you get out of those. You're an addict out there, and you're hesitant. You're going, you go in and you get out, and you're going. You think back to, wow, if those things hadn't happened, I'm not going to be where
That's
I'm at.
true. Yeah.
And everything gets restored. God does restore. It just gets. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We're so excited. Stay tuned. We're going to get some more interviews from people who had restored lives, that are set free, that are just on this wild adventure that God has for you, for us, and we hope you answer the call. Keep watching. Hi, I'm Pastor Chuck Reich. I'm the executive producer at Horizon Media Studios. It's a 501c3 media ministry, and what we're doing is helping other ministries tell their story. Homeless shelters and children's homes, Bible colleges, seminaries, mission sending agencies. With your help, we can continue to help tell their story, to inspire the world, to shine their light, and let God get the glory for the work that's being done in advancing the kingdom of Jesus Christ. Thanks again for praying for us.